Welcome to Bird Camp Radio, where the coveys rise from the high pines, marsh valleys, sagebrush seas, and the shelf rock ledges. Here at camp, the fire's always glowing, the dogs are never far, and the stories of birds, wild places, and the upland life are just beginning. This is Bird Camp Radio. Hello everyone, it's Kellen Golightly, your host here with the Bird Camp Radio podcast. Before we get started, I just want to go over a few housekeeping items with you. I just want to thank everybody once again for the outreach from the upland game community. I think last week we had everything set out till December, and now we have it booked out until the last week of February. So, man, you guys have really come out and put a great outpour on this podcast, and we're so excited to hear from you guys and everything that you guys have to say. Like I said, the upland game community is what makes this podcast. A few people had questions about why a documentary style podcast. I think it's important to be able to document these things because, I mean, especially in the world we live in today, there's a big attack on hunting in general, and especially upland game with our public lands, and I feel like this is a good place where us as a community of uplanders can come together, talk about, speak about, and share stories about what we love and stay connected so that we may be able to share these stories and continue them forward for the future and for future uplanders too. As well, like I said, like everybody's come out and had a great outpour on this. We now have uplanders from 8 different states coming on to the podcast from now to February, including Canada. So we're excited to have some of you guys on there, hear your stories, hear about the terrain that you guys hunt on, the birds that you hunt, and learn what it's like in your guys' state. As well, now we do have an Instagram and Facebook for Bird Camp Radio. So please go follow both of those, and we would love you guys to tag us in your pictures, tag Bird Camp Radio. We want to be able to keep the community together. We want to see what you guys are doing out there, see how the season's going. We also have new audio equipment for the podcast, so hopefully this one sounds a little bit better than the past ones. So please stay patient with us. We're figuring it out as we go, but we're excited to have you guys listen to this podcast and continue it forward. So we're excited. Now leading into it, I'd like to present our guest to you guys, Eli Howard. Eli, how are you?
Good, I'm doing well. How about yourself?
Doing great. So, kind of a cool thing with Eli, he's making history for us today. He is the first guest on this podcast that is not from Utah. So like we said before, we're Utah based, so he's the first one out of state. So we're excited to have him on. How's things over there, man?
Oh man, we're finally getting some rain, so it's pretty nice. We got quail season opening up on the 17th, so it looks like it's going to be pretty high numbers this year from what I've seen.
What's your weather like right now? What degrees have you been in?
So last week we were in the 80s. It looks like we're going to have rain for the next 5 days or so we'll be at about 60 to 70 degrees.
That's good to hear, man. We finally gotten into a little bit of rain too here as well. It's about time. We went basically all summer without anything, and finally this past weekend we got into it a little bit. So we're looking forward to that. Before we get into it too much, we'd like to, I don't know if you've listened to the previous podcast, but we have a little game called Rapid Fire Around the Campfire, and
Okay.
we'd like to do that with you today. So kind of the way that it goes, it's a quick, fast-paced game that we got. 10 questions, single answers about you and what you do with upland. So we time it. We have a leaderboard for it, and so right now the only person that's on that leaderboard is my wife. You just got to beat 55.35 seconds, and I think you can do that. But we'll time it. We'll let you know when you're ready, and I'll ask you those questions. Answer them as fast as you can. They're pretty easy, pretty simple questions. So just so we can get to know you a little bit better. Are you ready?
I'm ready when you are.
All right, ready, set, go. Favorite bird to hunt?
Gamble's quail.
Ooh, shotgun gauge.
12 gauge.
Morning or evening hunts?
Morning.
Favorite dog breed?
Lab.
Vest or game bag?
Best.
Favorite state to hunt?
Idaho.
Sweet. Solo or with friends?
Friends.
Public or private land?
Public.
Dog's name?
Harley.
Limit or memories?
Memories.
Nice. Nice. So your favorite dog's a lab, huh?
Oh yeah, that's what I had growing up. I grew up hunting ducks, man. Labs are about as good as
That's what I kind of grew up on. My dad did a lot of waterfowling. We did a lot of upland as well, but they kind of go hand in hand with Labradors, you know.
yeah.
But that's awesome, man. So we just want to get to know your upland game story. Like, how did you get into it? Why are you still in it? And what do you like to see in the future for yourself?
I'll say to start, the main reason I really got into upland was when I moved out here to Arizona. It's real hard to get good waterfowl numbers anyway, and if you do find a good honey hole, I mean it's just flooded with folks. So that was I really needed something else to, I love hunting and I was looking for something else, so I ventured up to northern Arizona. I mainly hunt Unit 22, and I mean, the kind of birds that I saw, I've never seen birds like that. I grew up in southeast Idaho, so I've never really had any experience with quail or dove or anything like that. And man, that experience and that kind of adrenaline rush of, you'll have to hike through some mountains for a little while and you might not find anything or you might flush a covey of 30 or 40 birds. And it's just, that adrenaline rush is really crazy.
Oh yeah, and that's honestly one of my favorite things about hunting upland game. Like you said, for me, I struggle to sit. So I love waterfowl, but being able to sit in a blind, I struggle with that. Being able to go out and move at the end of the day, I feel rewarded at the end. What took you to Arizona?
My dad moved out here. We didn't really have any family out here for him, and I figured I'd kind of give him some company. I've just, I kind of fell in love with the landscape. The way that it flows from desert to Ponderosa pines is pretty
Wow.
incredible. And, growing up in Idaho, I was like, yeah, I've seen some elk. No, man, you come out here to northern Arizona, the elk numbers I've never seen anything like it.
And I need to come out there, man.
You ever make it this way, I'll show you around for sure.
Hey, I'd love to. I actually have a buddy that I work with. Him and his family every like the week before Christmas, they head down to Arizona. I don't know exactly what part. It's more of the somewhere down in southern Arizona, and they hunt one of the reservations down there for about a week, just hunting quail. And they say that's been one of the best traditions for them. They've absolutely loved it.
Oh yeah, and it's good eating, man. It is. I like duck, but quail and dove. My favorite thing to eat really is you just get a fresh dove in the field and start a little fire, get the breast meat, a little bit of salt. That's all you need.
That's all you need. Honestly, me and my wife's favorite is dove. I just wish they were bigger.
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah.
Not much there. So.
Yeah, that's all right though. So you hunt quail, you hunt doves. Is there any other upland that you can hunt over there in Arizona or?
If you're looking to frustrate yourself, you can go out for some grouse.
Okay.
You'll find one once every 30 trips or so. That's as far as upland. That's what we've got the majority of is quail and doves.
Yeah, that's kind of the thing that we're into right now. I haven't hunted quail here in Utah. I've heard it's great down there in Arizona where you're at, but right now we're getting into the chukar season, and then we've been really hitting it hard with the grouse. With our mountains, water's scarce this year, so it's been a little bit more difficult, but we've made it work this year so far. But I didn't know exactly what you had down there. Or...
Yeah, it'll surprise you, man. And then you've got anything from coatimundi up to grouse, so it's such a wide range. It's pretty incredible.
So did you do much upland game hunting when you were in Idaho, or is it more something that you came into when you moved to Arizona?
Yeah, when I was in Idaho, my stepdad, he is he is all about waterfowl. So we hunted mainly. I'm from the St. Anthony area. We hunted mainly Sand Creek. You got the river right there. So we were all about duck when I was up there, duck and geese. So yeah.
Hey, that's great, man.
And then I did. So my grandma, she lives a little bit more north of where I grew up in Yellowstone. And I
Uh-huh.
used to hunt for grouse with her and my grandpa. I mean, it was hunting a grouse up in Montana is kind of unlike any other bird because, especially for a kid, I missed the bird 2 or 3 times and it's just looking at me like, oh yeah, I might take off, yeah, and then they start ruffling their feathers. It's like, okay, yep, I'm gone now.
Yeah, that's true. That's kind of what we find, but I don't know how the housing market's over there in Arizona, but the housing market here in Utah is absolutely crazy. And my wife and I, man, we're still trying to get into one. So right now we're renting, can't have dogs. For the first time in my life, I haven't had a bird dog with me, so it's
Oh
been a
man,
it's been a challenge there, that's for sure. But
yeah,
so
the housing market out here ain't much better, I'll tell you that.
yeah, so we spend a lot of time this time of year on grouse. But one of my favorite things I'm trying to get into it right now is bow hunting them. We'll see what happens.
You're going after grouse with a bow?
Oh yeah, yep,
Oh man, that is
yeah.
some dedication right
I
there.
gotta at least
Oh
get
man.
one that way. We'll see what happens.
I actually just got my first bow this year from my father-in-law, so that's a new hobby I've been trying to get decent at. I'll tell you, man, that is people that can actually go out and harvest something with a bow. That is, I got all the props for them, man.
Oh yeah, it's the time commitment, the dedication. I mean,
Yeah,
you guys got any turkeys over there?
yeah, we've got turkeys. We got quite a few turkeys. It's pretty few and far between. I will say, coming from Idaho, the game draw over here in Arizona, I don't really care for it too much. It's
Uh-huh.
it's few and far between and getting drawn. I've put in 7 year in a row for elk in a unit that, I live in the unit and I've got a whole herd that lives in my backyard.
Wow.
It took me 7 years to get drawn, so
Wow.
that gets a little bit frustrating.
Yeah, I'd get frustrated with that, man.
Turkey, I mean, they're all over the place, but I just can't get my hands on a tag. So
Really? Wow. So do
yeah,
you have to draw out for a turkey there?
yeah, you've got to draw out, and then if you do any over the counter stuff, Arizona's regulations are not as layman's. A lot of other states that I've seen, you have to do a lot of reading and double checking what you're doing. A lot of over the counter is strictly bow,
Really?
and if you don't have that skill, you're kind of missing out on a lot of opportunity up here.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
So it's a little bit of a night and day difference there, what you've come from to what you are now. But I mean,
Oh yeah.
so what's it like when it comes to like an elk tag? What are you looking at with that?
In terms of price, or what are you talking there?
Draw.
Draw. Yeah, like I said, it took me 7 years to get my first tag, and I
Wow.
gave up on bulls and put in for cow, so I finally got a cow tag.
There you go, man.
Same thing with same thing with the over the counter with elk. I mean, it's pretty strictly bow. I'm surprised they don't offer anything in terms of muzzleloader or even handgun. I mean, they're like, you might get it, but don't hold your breath.
They're strict. So I mean, like with the terrain, when I think of Arizona, I think of just like cactus. What's it like for upland game and then your big game? Is it kind of the same terrain over there, or does it vary quite a bit?
I mean, I've seen it's pretty crazy, but I've seen big old bull elk walking through the desert. So it
Wow,
really translates. It just kind of flows one
kind of
into the
goes.
next. And I'm kind of in that sweet spot here. If you look at the border of, if you're looking at a map on Unit 22, they
Mm-hmm.
split 22 north and south, and that's right when it starts to transition into the Ponderosa pines.
Okay.
So you'll get some elk that kind of travel a little farther south. They'll go towards the Gaisila area. And then you've got, I've seen quail as far north as Strawberry, which is pretty incredible because it's a thick Ponderosa pine and it's not really a landscape I would expect them to be in. So,
Wow. Yeah, I'll definitely have to make a trip down there one of these days.
I mean, man, you can drive. 20 minutes and you go from desert to forest. So it's pretty cool.
So when it comes to public and private, do you guys have quite a bit of access to public land?
I've got quite a bit. We do have Arizona's got quite a bit of reservations, so that is something you gotta really check. Make sure you don't cross that border. Uh, I really don't have too much experience with any private hunts, so I can't speak too much in that aspect. But as far as public lands, if you get into northern Arizona, they're pretty plentiful. Everything in southern Arizona is getting overdeveloped, so I used to hunt like the Buckeye area, and I had a real good spot over there. But man, it's just a whole housing complex now. Yep.
Yeah, we're kind of running into the same problems here with that.
And then the houses are so expensive, nobody can buy them. So it's like,
yeah, doesn't make much sense, does it? So have you ever hunted any of those reservations before? I'm just curious because I've talked a little bit about it with my buddy, but nothing crazy. I'm just curious of what it's like to even get on one, what it takes.
I haven't. From what I understand, you got to kind of have a little bit of cash to throw. So yeah, that's not something I'm really keen to at this point in my life. I do have some buddies that have had that opportunity, and especially for quail, if you can get onto a reservation for quail, I mean that they limit out almost every time, and they're not having to hike miles and miles. So there must be something good going on there.
They know what they want. So when it comes to your dogs, how many dogs you got? You run dogs?
Yeah, I've got three right now. So I've got an older. He's a husky, and he's retired, so his hips aren't letting him do his old thing anymore. And then I've got a Catalua. She is very keen to it. I mean, she took to it naturally.
Really?
And then yep. And then we just picked up a boxer about 6 weeks ago. So I'm gonna give that a go and see what happens there.
Really?
My wife was, yeah, she was kind of pushing me to, let's get a house dog. I'm like, okay, well, I'm still gonna see what I can do with them. So
you got to make that compromise. I get it.
exactly.
Those are some cool breeds for hunting. I mean, you use them for all hunting, right?
Yep.
So, what's a husky like when it comes to hunting? I've never heard of that. That's kind of cool.
He's very scent prone. So
Is he?
he is. I mean, yeah, he just picks up on things, and he's not too, he's not much of a pointer, but he'll lead me right to, if something catches his nose, he's gonna take me right to it. So he's led me to quail, he's led me to rabbits, all sorts of stuff. So
Wow.
He's pretty natural with it, honestly. And then the Catalua, I mean, it's in her blood. So first time I took her out, she just creeped right up to a bush. I'm like, okay, what's going on there? And she flushed the quail. I'm like, okay, we're on. She knows what she did.
And then you got the boxer coming up.
Yeah, my hopes aren't too, I'm not setting expectations too high, but he's falling right in line with the other two, so there might be something good that happens there.
Oh, that's really cool, man. I've never heard of that. I mean, of course, I always grew up with Labradors hunting, and then my guys around here, of course, have the pointers. That's really cool. That's worked for you over the years.
Oh yeah.
You got any like memorable moments or favorite hunts with them, or?
Oh,
that's a loaded question.
Yeah, I mean, just about every one. That's really what my passion is getting out with them. So I'd say probably that first time when I took Harley out, my Catalua. That was probably one of the most impressive things I've seen. I mean, most bird dogs, you got to put in a lot of work with them, and she literally just walked right up to a bush and started kind of looking at me. I'm like, okay, she's kind of onto it, and that was a pretty prized moment because I've never had a pup really do that. So
I like to hear that. I'm always looking at different dog breeds right now, especially that I don't have any. I have like a whole list of notes of which ones I want, so kind of open to anything. So that's kind of cool to hear. Thanks for sharing that.
Oh yeah.
So with you got your quails, you got your doves. What's the season like for both of those over there in Arizona?
So it'll typically run from the end of October until about the end of January or middle of February.
Okay.
Um, so it's kind of a quick season.
Uh-huh.
They get pushed pretty hard at that early portion. So if you don't kind of hit them early and often, you're going to miss out on quite a bit of opportunity. But
So is that for both?
oh yeah, oh yeah,
Okay. So those seasons run the same. Okay.
yeah. They're pretty. They're, it's kind of a local saying from October to about first week of January. If it flies, it dies.
We got
Yeah.
limited time, so it's flies it dies. That's awesome. So what kind of doves are you hunting? Here we have, I mean, year round we can hunt Eurasians, and then we have our mornings that start in September. But what do you got over there?
Mainly morning. That's
Okay,
our main.
mainly morning.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
That's pretty cool. You guys get a year round for your Asian.
Yeah, is it not? Do you guys have many over there? Or?
I believe in southern Arizona, but
Okay.
the farthest down I've hunted is Buckeye. If you get really into the lower portions, you'll get into different species of dove and quail. But up here, it's mainly mourning dove and gambles or Mearns quail. So
Yeah, when it comes to dove hunting, those Eurasians for us, they're honestly like pigeons now. They're everywhere. Yeah, I mean, where we're at, you see a ton of them rural, but you see probably even more in the cities. Like, they've kind of taken over, so, I mean, we hunt them all the time. And then got mornings start in September, so it's kind of great that way. So you've already kind of mentioned some of the things that you like with your doves, but do you have any recipes that you like to do with your doves or your quails? Anything that's kind of the family staple to you?
I mean, I think it's a little cliche to say, but I think everybody's kind of starter is jalapeno
Oh
poppers.
yeah.
That's you wrap them in bacon. That's always a great start to that. I really like, so I'll make a marinade. I use Gates barbecue sauce with a little bit of KC Masterpiece splashed in there, and then you can use some Gates dry rub as well. But I'll let a full quail marinate. You keep the bird intact, and then just throw it on the grill, and I mean that's pretty delicious right there. So
Grill them up just like that. That's awesome, man. Do you like cooking them medium rare, or how do you like it?
to be honest, I kind of like a little crisp on mine.
Hey, that's okay. To each their own, man. I like it. So, kind of just wrapping up, man. I'd just like to go through some final things. Do you have anything that you're like looking forward to this season?
I've got so next week, next Thursday is actually my last day of work for the next about 2 weeks.
Oh,
I'm
really?
taking off to start my cow elk hunt. I've been really getting into that. I guess I might as well ask a fellow hunter while I got you on the line.
Yeah.
Do you have any experience with a 6mm Remington cartridge?
Who I don't actually.
Okay.
But I mean, we can definitely ask for everybody else out there. If anybody has it, please put it on our Instagram or our Facebook so we can get that out for you.
Yeah, if you could give me a yay or nay on if you guys think it's an ethical cartridge for a cow elk. I got left a Remington 788 chambered in 6mm Remington by my grandma. If I can use that, I'd love to. If not, I've always got 30-06. So
Hey, there you go. That's always a safe one to go to. We'll get that on there for everybody. See what kind of things we got, if anybody's got any experience with that.
I know it's good for, you can take down an antelope with it, so I'm fairly confident.
That you'll be able to do it.
Not quite as big as a cow elk. So.
Right. When does that hunt open for you?
October 17th.
There you go.
Same day as quail season, so it's kind of full bore. I'm waiting for next Friday.
That's awesome, man. We wish you luck on that. I remember us talking about that. I got my deer hunt over that time, so hopefully we can get out there and bag something for us. So before closing out, man, do you have any advice for new uplander hunters or hunters in general? Any advice that you would give to anybody?
Yeah, I do. my best advice is to get a Remington 870, put a plug in it, and learn what you're doing. I mean, that is probably the best gun I've ever owned. You can always go with the Mossberg 500 if you're a little tight on the budget, but get yourself a Remington 870, get some clay pigeons, go practice shooting at something that's moving, and enjoy it. That's the main thing. Don't have expectations when you go out. Sometimes you'll come home empty-handed. That just makes the times that you do harvest something even more worth it. So
I love that, man. I couldn't have said it better myself. I mean, get out there and just do and have fun while you're doing it. That's why we do it. Well, is there anything last that you want to tell everybody, man? We've loved having you on, and this is, like I said before, it's guys like you that come onto this that make this podcast go. And in order to make it work and in order to learn from each other, we got to have guys like you who come on this, and everybody's definitely done that. So I just want to say thank you again for that. I really do appreciate it.
Of course. Yeah, I think in closing, I would kind of touch back on one of the opening lines. I think it's very important for this generation, especially 18 to 35, be informed on your local laws. Make sure you know what your cities and counties are trying to do with your public lands. A lot of that is being consumed by buildings that are going to end up empty anyways. So make sure you make your opinion heard, put your votes in, and stay informed in your local laws.
Oh yeah, we've definitely seen that. I mean, our Utah Senator is kind of the front runner of all that, and so I mean we really dealt with that on a big note here in Utah. So like you said, man, we all need to be aware of what we're doing out there if we want to be able to keep it for the upcoming generation, because I want my kids and my grandkids to be able to enjoy the things that we're able to enjoy, because it's important to be able to have hunting in our lives, I feel like. So great experiences. I thank you again, man.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I really appreciate you guys having me on. It's been wonderful.
Hold on there. You may have thought this podcast was over, but it ain't yet. If you've noticed, we did not give Eli's time earlier in the game because we were saving it until now, because at this point we have a new leader on the leaderboard. He has now beat the 55.35 set by Rachel. He did it in outstanding numbers. He is now set as the leader at 36.01 seconds. So congratulations to Eli for taking the win up to this point. We even had a few setbacks with audio, and he still pulled through with it. So congratulations. Once again, thank you everybody for listening to Bird Camp Radio. As we mentioned before, we do have an Instagram and Facebook for Bird Camp Radio. You can find both of those at Bird Camp Radio. And also, as I mentioned, we do want to hear from each one of you, so please tag yourselves with Bird Camp Radio. So thank you again for listening. We'll see you soon. You've been listening to Bird Camp Radio, where the high pines, marsh valleys, sagebrush seas, and shelf rock ledges always call us back. Until next time, keep your dogs close, your shot true, and your campfire stories ready to share. We'll see you back at camp. Don't miss out on the next episode, where we'll host our next guest on the podcast. You don't want to miss this one. Thank you.